Hello, everyone. You're very welcome to program 3 of the series Hidden Kinvara. Today we're on the N67, so we've come westward from Kinvara as far as Currenrue Bridge. You can see it's the border between Galway and Clare, and we've come out to see another relic, if you like, of hidden Kinvara, and it's something that you might pass every day. Now, we're going to walk in as far as this remnant of the old tower of Currenrue, and as you walk in there, you can see that the tower is just a pile of rubble. Now, you might ask the question, why this tower was built here, this castle of Currenrue was here. Well, this was in the territory of Ifeachra Aine, going back into the Middle Ages, and it was on the frontier between the Ifeachra Aine territory and the O'Brien territory in Clare. And there was a string of forts: Currenrue Castle, Caharellin Castle, Leidigan Castle, Drumharsna Castle, Clockballymore Castle, and so on, that ringed the Ifeachra Aine territory, and this was one of them. And by the time of 1755, which is the date we're thinking of today, it was released to a Montague O'Hine, whose family had another castle in Ballybrannigan in Kinvara. Now, what's interesting about why it is the way it is that in 1755, at approximately 9:40 in the morning, an earthquake occurred, and in 8.4 on the Richter scale occurred off the south coast of Portugal, off the coast of, or off the 300 kilometers off Cape Vincent. This earthquake and its aftershocks lasted for up to 10 minutes. Some people say 6, some people say 10. And during the course of the earthquake, this tower here collapsed, with others like Caharellin as well was damaged, and other castles around were damaged as well with the power, because this was a substantial earthquake. Now, the Hines family that was here, Owen Montague and his people, had Ballybrannigan Castle to go to, but this wasn't the only problem. As you look out there towards New Quay, what we can see is the direction from which the tsunami which followed this earthquake came. Now, the tsunami was up to 12 feet high, and it hit the causeway between Auchenish and New Quay and washed it away, totally washed it away. And I'm sure, judging by the height of this pile here, it washed and scattered quite a lot of the stones that had fallen from the castle. It also swept up into Currenrue Bay and up as far as Kinturla. You can see Currenrue Bay there behind us, or in front of us, up along Currenrue Bay, up to our right, and going right up to the mill. And legend has it that the miller was working up there on that morning and was drowned. Now, it was Sunday morning. It was All Saints' Day, and it was a kind of a time of religious ceremony when the event happened. The tsunami also destroyed parts of the Spanish Arch in Galway. However, there's relatively little information about the numbers of people who might have died in the Kinvara area. Now, Matty Whelan told me that a lot of the stones were taken away when his father told him that farmers used to come in here and take the stones away. Now, we'll just go to the back of the castle there to have a look at the stones that are left. You'll notice them, that they're very regular. Obviously, they were cut and part of the castle, and they're spread out, scattered out around the shore. I'm sure that they were used over generations for building various kind of things around. I mean, after all, this was 1755, so that's a long time ago. So those stones would have been built, or would have been used for building. So It was a tremendous event all over Europe. It was celebrated in painting and literature and everything else. This earthquake and the resultant tsunami, something like 30,000 people were killed in Lisbon alone with the power of it. So it's one of those things that we can pass every day in Kinvara and not really realise it's past. So goodbye until the next glimpse of the hidden Kinvara in Programme 4. Until then, thank you all for watching.